So, Mark, what's better, IB or A-levels? Many of your students go Oxford, Sydney, Beijing, New York.
Students were able to do everything, but in the real world.
This are your clubs, okay.
These are the current ones, yeah. They change from term to term.
Good for that. Maybe drum. Can I, as a student, to start my own club?
So there's not one right method or one right way of doing it. It's as long as you develop the skills.
Welcome to our channel. Today we'll explore how students prepare for university at one of the UK's most prestigious boarding schools, EF Education First Oxford. Discover the skills and knowledge students develop in the A-level and IB programs, what a typical day looks like, and the unique super-curricular activities the school provides. Stay tuned to learn how Education First helps young people achieve their dreams of getting into top universities.
Pathway managers.
These are our pathway managers.
Aliona.
Pleasure. Pathway managers, well, you all work very important people you are.
How would you sum up your role? What do you...
So like career advisors.
More.
More than that, it's okay.
I would say academic curators. We monitor our students' academic success, but we look at it holistically. We take into account various factors which may, in one way or another, affect their academic performance. And we do what we can to give them stepping stones to facilitate achieving their goals and the university destinations.
And you're probably in very close contacts with parents as well, yeah?
Close contact with parents, with their teachers, with the students themselves, with various members of our team, etc. Yes, we have that, I think, big picture. Both here and moving forward, and we try to encourage the students also to see the bigger picture, to see what their next steps should be.
Do your students have gardens?
No.
Okay.
No.
How do you replace that?
We always have a team member in their home office as well. Learning is connected to that. So learning guardianship.
Now, it's time to introduce you to another key member of the EF Academy Oxford team, Mark. With years of teaching experience worldwide, including in China, Mark has been part of the school since 2014. As the Director of University Guidance, he has helped hundreds of students discover the university that's the perfect fit for them.
In here, this is our university guidance, but there's someone in there who had to sit the exam, but this is Dr. Mark Zumble. And his sole role is university guidance.
Can you call him out?
So for a few words? Yes, of course. I like that. Come on, sorry.
Universities, does it have some place to me as a guidance director?
Many of your students go Oxford, Sydney, Beijing, New York.
Here, yeah, we've had people go to all of those places over the years.
Yeah, but mainly UK universities.
Really, half the students will go to UK university, at least half, and then the rest might be different countries in Europe.
It's the second most popular destination. Would you say US?
Probably the United States, but also we get quite a few go to Netherlands and Italy.
I was gonna say Netherlands became really popular lately.
Yeah, because it's got lots of courses taught through the medium of English, and and obviously particularly for European students, it's also good value.
And very progressive, techniques to use as well. I just, as I mentioned, I just came from Netherlands, visited many universities there, and I was surprised. They're not very traditional, very modern universities. Okay. How often do you see your students?
As often as I need to. So with some students, I see his results, but we have regular check-in points through the years that they're here, and there's also group sessions and one-to-one meetings. So basically, we work with them, develop a sort of plan, and figure out where they want to go. Obviously, some students have a very good idea what they want to do, and some students are not sure at all, which is very common for 16, 17-year-olds. So we work out, what's the plan for each of them, and then basically advice on how to get there, how to do the applications. And then it just depends what they need. So, for example, we've got a couple of students in the current graduating class who've been applying for physiotherapy courses, which have had lots of interviews.
To become a physiotherapist.
Well, very good. Similar to being a doctor.
Biology, chemistry,
Yeah, you need you don't need quite so much scientific knowledge, but you do need obviously lots of good interpersonal skills as well. So a lot of the interviews are based around
What's good for that? Maybe drum? Or
just I think
to build social skills?
Well, I think a lot of the CAS activities and things like that we do in school about communication, teamwork, leadership, that kind of stuff.
Even like a charity in each.
Yeah, lots of students do things like that. Lots of our students vote. Well, there is a charities club in the school. Yeah, there's also lots of our students will work with organise it. James, sorry, can I squeeze through? Is that what it is? Hello, James. Hey. What's your favorite? Do volunteering, work experience, things like that. So there's all sorts of ways you can do it. I mean, there's no one route. We had a student about 4 years ago from Romania who's gone to study medicine at Leeds University in the UK, and she actually was very much into drama, so she had lots of experience of running drama productions, and that was quite good leadership skills. So there's not one right method or one right way of doing it. It's as long as you develop the skills somehow, which could be in all kinds of...
But you advise your students on how to build these portfolios?
Yeah, well, I do, pathway managers do, I mean, all of us do, yeah, but really we look at, the main thing we try to do with the pathways in the school is, because the students don't have that much time here really, it's only the final 2 years of high school, and it's not even 2 full years, we've got to get them to focus on the most relevant things here. I mean, it'd be great if students were able to do everything, but in the real world...
These are your clubs, okay.
These are the current ones, yeah, they change from term to term, so in any given term there might be different things going on. But obviously, although it'd be great if students did everything, obviously in the real world, they can't do that. So, but for example,
But you can jump from club to club.
You can, yeah. We encourage
you don't have to stick to one.
No, of course not. So we encourage students to try lots of different things. And if they find something's not quite what they want to do, but, even if a student is, really interested in kind of, hard sciences, as it were, we would still want them to try and sort of think, look at doing things like being part of the Model United Nations. Yeah, all sorts of things. So, for example, this is a kind of combined physics / engineering / coding club. What are things like to do with the biological sciences? There's all sorts of different things.
Who's there?
Yeah, and we want the students to run although a lot of these classes are kind of organised by teachers to start off with, we want them to be sort of led by the students as far as is possible.
Getting involved in school activities, clubs and societies is definitely worth it. Why?
Good question.
Top universities are always on the lookout for students with leadership potential, those who can actively contribute to their academic community. Showing interest in a variety of fields highlights your versatility and eagerness to learn. Plus, many clubs provide valuable practical and professional skills like project management, marketing, and technical know-how. These can be just as important as your academic achievements.
Can I, as a student, start my own club?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's strongly encouraged that. Yeah, very much. So if there's something a student wants to do and we don't run it, then Sam, the activities coordinator, I don't know if you've met him, welcome to set it up, and as long as I can get some other students interested. So over the years, several of the clubs that I've run have been very much led by students. There was a Amnesty International group for quite a while that was completely set up by students, various other things. And there's also activities which aren't on here as a regular club or list that some students do that we maybe do outside of the school just because of what it is. And again, that depends over the years. So some of the sporting things that some of our students want to do, like maybe horse riding or things like that. Well, obviously we don't have a stables in the school, but we know some around Oxford so they can do that. Or we've had students over the years who've been very good at... Yeah, it is. Yeah, you've heard the line already. Yes. We've had students over the years who've been, national level, international level swimmers or fencers or things like that. And again, although we don't have a fencing club in school, students have been able to train outside or being able to train with the university swimming team or things like that. So
you have outside speakers coming over?
Yeah.
Oxford University professors, yeah?
Sometimes, yeah. Although obviously, again, another thing, because of where we are, our students can just go to the seminars and lectures in the university.
That's like open days, for
not just that, but also they can just go anyway. So even if it's a departmental seminar on something, our students can, generally speaking, go along to a lot of these things. Some of them are public lectures as well.
Public lectures.
So there's lots of things like that. Also, Oxford Brookes University, Oxford University has probably more stuff, but Brookes as well too has some interesting things going on. So for example, I was just one of our students who's in the, I was meeting with her last night, and she's very interested in sort of international security, kind of defense studies, that kind of stuff, intelligence, I don't know, she wants to be a spy or something. But through that, we were just looking at we were talking about some of the things she could go to. And just in the next term, there's several interesting talks to do with politics, security, things like that in Oxford University. So she's going to probably go to a couple of them. There's one about the use of artificial intelligence in defense and stuff like that. So so there's things on all the time.
That's
again,
the benefit actually of being in Oxford. It's very. Why Oxford? That's why. Yeah. And you have a house system.
Yes.
Do you have a sorting hat as well?
We don't. So this is sort of relatively new. We don't, but I'm considering getting one.
You should.
Yeah. All right, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. I'll see you. Thank you very much, Dean Barber.
At EF Academy Oxford, all academic programs are tailored to prepare students for entry into the world's leading universities. The school offers two primary pathways, the International Baccalaureate and A-Levels. The IB covers a wide array of subjects, nurturing critical thinking and fostering a strong sense of global awareness. A-Levels, on the other hand, provide an opportunity for in-depth study of specific subjects, ideal for students who have already decided on their future career path. Both programs are widely respected by universities across the globe.
So, Mark, what's better, IB or A-Levels?
So this is a question I'm asked a lot. A lot of parents will say one is better. At the end of the day, what universities want is top scores. So what's better really depends on your daughter, your son. It depends on the young person.
Mm-hmm.
A-levels are obviously you study less subjects. You study 3 because you only study 3, but you study them very, very deep. Mm-hmm. Whereas the IB is broader. You study 6 subjects and not necessarily in the same depth. So when it comes to sort of which one is better, the real question is, what do you believe you're going to get a higher score in? Are you going to get a higher score in more subjects that are broader, or are you going to get a higher score in subjects that that you're going to go into great depth?
But many say that IB is more challenging.
Again, so it depends on the young person. So to get 3A stars at level, it is potentially more academically challenging than perhaps getting 27 in the IB. And I think it really depends on your learning style. I mean, the other thing I would say as well is when it comes to the IB, you also have the other elements of CAS, of the extended essay, and of TOK. Now, what we do here is that all of our students actually follow the CAS program. So our A-level students also do CAS, and our A-level students also do the EPQ.
Okay.
And the reason for that is, again, when it comes to sort of university preparation, when it comes to sort of, what separates you from others applying for that place at university, is that the university's like the EPQ because of the skills that it offers, the challenges that it gives you. So we just put that as standard across the board. You do the EPQ.
I thought like an element similar to EPQ is integrated in IB program.
It is. That's why they do the extended essay. So all students do CAS, but to ensure that the A-level students have that same experience, they do the EPQ.
Would you like to learn more about the benefits of the IB program and A-levels?
Yes.
Watch our interview with members of the admissions team at the Education First Oxford campus. They'll break down everything you need to know about the programs, what it takes to get in, and how the school helps students reach their full potential. The link's in the description. Let's now find out, where do EF Academy Oxford students celebrate their graduation?
How you do your graduation? Yeah, like ceremony.
So we do the graduation in the Sheldonian Theatre, which is the same venue that the University of Oxford use.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, Sheldonian Theatre, yeah.
Proper stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, great opportunity.
That's all we've got for you today. Still have some questions? Pop them in the comments below. And if you're looking for advice or help with your university or school applications, check the description for ways to get in touch with us. For now, it's goodbye, but don't worry, we'll see you again soon. Take care.